Well, I am in the middle of a lot of different projects. Of course, there's the dump truck that we're all patiently waiting on. The Bronco's hanging out back there. There's the constant chores like leaves that need to be cleaned up. My wife started a big project in the dining room that we're in the middle of. But since it's a Saturday, I thought I'd do something fun today. I haven't been to a good auction lately, and there's a few things I'm interested in. So I thought we should go check that out, see if we can come home with anything.
Dig Drive DIY!
So I'm not a huge auction goer, but every once in a while you find one that comes along that's really interesting, and this one has such a variety of stuff because this was an Ace Hardware store in Paulding, Ohio. They had a rental business and a huge fleet of stuff. They have compact tractors, small, heavy equipment. They have man lifts, like tow-behind man lifts, equipment trailers, and some skid loader attachments. And there's just enough variety to make me really interested in a few of the things they've got. I'm not so much interested in the big ticket stuff because, well, unless they're giving it away, of course. If the sale prices are cheap, then you never know what you could jump in on. And that's what's fun about auctions. You secretly think that maybe you're the only one that saw this sale bill and you're going to be the only one to show up and be interested in the mini excavator, but that's never the case, even though you get that feeling. That's why auctions are so enticing, because there's that element of uncertainty and that element of surprise and element of just not knowing what the outcome is going to be. And that's why auctions work. Now, the part about auctions nowadays that I don't necessarily like is that there's online bidding. There are a lot fewer deals when there's so many people watching from their computer screens at home. So I just hope going to this auction isn't a waste of my time, because, well, we started the leaf cleanup probably 2 months ago already. Like I said, our leaves start dropping way early. And about a month ago, I got down my leaf vacuum system out of the top of my barn. And for any of you that are newer to the channel and haven't seen the process for which I get things out of the barn, it's pretty elaborate. I've got a garage door on the back side of our old barn, and I store a few things up there, seasonal items like the snow blower, the leaf vacuum, a mower deck or two. There's some tires up there. Every year when I'm ready to do leaves, I use the pallet jack upstairs, get it situated so that I can get the whole system down with the backhoe. I got the leaf vacuum down, and it takes a good while to get it hooked up to the tractor. Every year I think the same thing. How could that be easier? But we still put up with it, because then we have a year to forget about it. But then I can use it on and off all through October and November. So leaf harvest is still in full swing. The bulk of it's over with. Usually if we get a windy day or two, Kara and I will take the backpack leaf blower and we'll blow leaves in whichever direction the wind is blowing. What are you doing? Are you playing in the leaves? Huh? You playing in the leaves? And then we wind up with some big piles either in the yard or in the field. Then we got to wait for them to cut the beans or corn, whatever happens to be in the field. If they get that done, then a lot of times I'll blow the leaves out into the field. But I can't let them get piled up too deep, or else that causes a problem for the farmer too. So that is a vertical tillage tool, and he's planting a cover crop as he does his vertical tillage. When the leaves get piled up too deep, I can't even pick them up with a leaf vacuum, so usually I will employ the tractor with the loader, and in this case I've got the tractor hooked up to the leaf vacuum, so since I don't have two 755s I can't do that anymore. So why not try the backhoe? I'm sure it can push leaves. All right, I'm caught up with leaves for now. They're calling for rain. I'll get back to them whenever I have time. Oh yeah, it's a gathering of the pickup trucks. Actually, it doesn't look as bad as I expected. I figured they'd be parked out here on the road by now. So in order to prepare for this, I looked up some of the things I was interested in and found some average prices online, just so I'd have a guide. Here's the forks I want. I'd like to have that roller. That would be sweet. Well, so far there aren't any deals to be had. Everything's selling for, I think, what you can easily buy it for online somewhere, or used equipment. Some of it's even close to new prices, so I'm holding off on some of the smaller stuff. I'm not liking my chances though. There's too many people here, but we'll see what happens.
Not 20,000, 20,000, not 21, 21,000, you better now what? 23, 23,000, go now, you better 3, now 3,000, you better now, you better 3, 23, 23,000, 25,700, 25,700, so $25,600. Line number 37,
25.6. That's quite a bit.
John Deere. All right, right there on the skid loader, right there. I have 35,000. Let's go. 35,000. Go down to 35. 1,000. Go to 91. 21. Not 2. 22. 22. Back go down to 2. Not 2,000. 4,000. Go to 4. So $23,900. Stay in your way.
I don't think there was a bad price on that skid loader.
All right, right there on the 33.9R tractor. All right, now 17.1. So 17,000 right there straight away.
Where's that? Skid loader. Turf tires.
Hi, Neil.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Nice to meet you in person.
Oh yeah, you watch the channel?
I do.
Oh, nice to
Follow
meet you.
you.
What's your name?
Mark.
Mark.
Yep, we talked in the comments once before when you were in Hicksville.
Get to meet a viewer in there. It's cool. Check out this unit. Can you imagine having a loader on an old Sears tractor? Wow. This is a piece of history here, a piece of artwork. Duals. Holy cow.
You're out 3,000. So $2,900 right there. 264. 264.
Too much for that.
57. So $5,600. Back straight away 40.
That was probably a pretty good buy on that cedar, but that's more money than I want to spend. There's only one thing left that I'm interested in. Then I'll walk away empty-handed if I don't get it. I like this lawn roller right here. It's a big one.
Line number 107 is a custom lawn roller.
47.
Lot 47.
Lot number 108, John Deere Quick Hit.
John Deere quick hit, right on lot 500. Get 500, 2, 3, get 2, and that's $100. 100, legal 100.
Well, I got the whole auction thing out of my system again. You know, this is why I don't go to auctions for a long, long time, because I sat there for 3.5 hours, didn't end up buying anything, and then I feel like I wasted a huge part of my day. You know, last week I had a video and I talked about how it's subjective what is considered a waste of time, and going to that auction I thought it would be fun. I was hoping to buy something. I was looking at those forks. I was looking at a couple of those seeders. I like those seeders a lot. I was interested maybe in the post hole digger for the skid loader. There was a handful of things that I thought would be really useful, and if they went cheap enough, I'd buy them. I was even kind of interested in a trailer, but all the trailers brought big money, or at least they brought what they were worth. And to me, to go to an auction and buy that stuff, it has to be a pretty good discount from what they are new. And all that stuff was within a couple $1,000s of what you could buy it new, and in that case, I would probably go that route. But I was holding out for that lawn roller at the end. I thought, if this custom lawn roller went through for $1,000, because I had predetermined prices on everything, and when it got over 1,000, I just said, I'm out. I'll find a different lawn roller and not have to worry about hauling it home. Because right now, I'm feeling like I wasted half of a Saturday goofing around doing that. I don't know, I just feel guilty. You ever feel guilty when you do something extracurricular and you knew you could have been home working? But if I could salvage the rest of the day by cleaning up leaves and being close to done with that, then I'll feel okay about going to the auction. I don't know, I just want to get home, jump on the tractor, put in the earbuds, pick up some leaves and decompress, because I'm feeling stressed out. But there's still hope. So the last time I went to use the vacuum, I pulled the rope out of the recoil because it wasn't starting. That's because the spark plug was fouled and wouldn't spark. Probably because the air filter was plugged and I had let it go too long. So I gave it a little tune-up. Let's hope it starts right up. Oh, one pull. Runs better too. Amazing what a plug and an air filter will do. I also wanted to get a new impeller because that one is all chewed up and broken from hitting stones and whatnot. There's plenty of them available. 44 available. Price is like $391 each. $400 for that impeller. I paid $250 for the whole outfit. Well, I'm starting to feel a little bit of redemption for the day. You know, I blew off this morning by going to that auction and it turned out to be a dud because I didn't bring anything home. But it's also a good thing because I didn't spend any money on something I didn't really need. And sometimes you get caught up in the whole auction fever and you can wind up bringing something home that, you know, you tend to regret after the fact. And at least I didn't have any of that. So that's a win in itself. But they're talking like next week, the weather's supposed to turn off and get cold. Winter's going to be setting in. And even if this was the last time that I picked up any leaves, I would be content because there's not many left on the trees. And what's left, if it comes down, it'll blow away, get mulched up. It'll blend in. It won't be an issue for us. So the bulk of that is done. And I feel good about it. Combine that with the days being short, and there just isn't much outside work that gets done anymore. But as you all know, I've got plenty to do in the shop when it gets to it. I do have a hard deadline on that dump truck. It's going in to get the graphics and the two-tone color work done on November 22nd. I hope to have the video out for the completed project the following week after that, the Sunday after Thanksgiving. So we've got a few other things, as you might have noticed. We're doing some work in the house. I did wind up with a Facebook Marketplace purchase in lieu of a good auction buy. So I got that to work on in the shop. And of course the Bronco is laying in wait. So there's plenty to do. Mainly I want to thank you for following along, even if I'm doing something silly like picking up leaves and going to an auction to not buy anything. I can't thank you enough how much I appreciate you guys dropping in every week to see what I'm up to. And sometimes it's a lot and sometimes it's not much. Regardless, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope that you liked it. And if I'm lucky, I'll see you in the next one. Fire actually feels kind of good.